I don't know what would possess them to make a 3-hour finale, but it's here and we're about to talk about it. The Bachelorette, season 18, Michelle Young season, the final rose in the finale. Let's get it. Okay guys, so welcome back to the Simpli Stacey YouTube channel. It's your girl Stacey and we have another reality recap. It is, however, the week of Christmas and the finale came on yesterday along with After the Final Rose. So I have all the tea for you guys who may have not caught it yet. It is out there, and so spoiler alert if you have not already watched. But I'm going to get this to you guys soon because I mean it'll be old news in 2 seconds. We know who Michelle Young picks, and it is a 3-hour finale. I don't know what on earth possessed them to do a 3-hour finale, but basically it is the 2-hour finale followed by After the Final Rose. Tayshia apparently got exposed to COVID. She is not there for the finale. It is Caitlyn. She is holding it down by herself. So basically, of course, there's a live studio audience, but what I did notice is that they all have masks on except for those who are current and or former Bachelorette contestants or, you know, Bachelor Nation, because Joe and Serena are there from Bachelor in Paradise this season, and so is Becca, who was a former Bachelorette, but then her and Thomas from Bachelor in Paradise are also there as well. They do not have masks on, but everybody else in the audience does. Now, when they did the live audience from Katie's season, I believe, and after Bachelor in Paradise, there were no masks. COVID is real. You guys stay safe out there. Variants are popping up all over. Keep your mask on, get vaccinated, and get boosted. Okay, that is my PSA, and I'm back off my soapbox. Okay, so anyway, we are at it. It is, they are meeting Michelle Young's family. We have Brandon and we have Nate. I am so sad still to this day that Joe is gone, but I hope Joe finds him an amazing relationship because I think he is ready now. I think he's grown a lot from his relationship with Michelle. He's opened up and he's become vulnerable. I think he can do it again. Joe, I'm rooting for you. Okay, so we have Brandon, who has been vulnerable from day one, will do whatever it is Michelle will want him to do. And guess what, guys? He got a leg up because guess what? He met Michelle's parents on their one-on-one date. If you guys recall, they had a one-on-one date and they borrowed some trunks from her parents' room. They went down to the pool, and guess who came home early, honey? Her mom and dad did. So Brandon definitely met them. He was like, this is awkward. I would have liked to meet them under better circumstances, but they get dressed. They have a little chat outside, and they really liked Brandon and enjoyed him. So I feel like this is where he had an advantage that Nate didn't necessarily have because he's already met her parents. And yes, they could have had a kind of a bad vibe even that day, which they did not. But of course, they're all more comfortable with him. Now, Michelle's sister is there. She doesn't get any along time with Brandon. So I was like, wonder why? Because she was the only one who hadn't previously met him. The father does pull him to the side. Oh, Brandon comes with flowers and gifts. So he gives the dad a gift. He's like, you know, when we met, I kind of had your swim trunks on. I'm sure you don't want those anymore. So he brought him a new pair of swim trunks, which was cute. Got the mom, of course, a bouquet of flowers. And yeah, so basically Brandon is talking to Michelle's dad, and he had already also asked them for her hand in marriage. He asked her dad on that date when he met them so long ago. They basically want to know what's changed since the last time we met you. He's like, actually, I've fallen in love with her. Like basically after that date, I let her know that I was kind of falling in love, and now I'm currently in love with Michelle. They were happy to hear it. And he tells the dad, you know, he loves her, asks kind of again for her hand in marriage. And he's like, if she'll have you, then we definitely adopt you into our family. You know, we get really good advice from you. We know you would do anything for her. And he does say, though, that Michelle is ambitious. She wants to go to graduate school, and she also wants to become a principal, and she does not want to move. So with all of that being said, Brandon, would you be willing to move to Minnesota? And he says, of course, yeah, I will move. And so the dad's like, okay, that's all well and good, but what about your job? What does that look like? Is that something you can do? And he says, well, actually, I work remotely. And he's like, okay, perfect. This is working out. It's looking really good. You know, they already have a good vibe. And he kind of gives him his blessing again, like if she'll have you, then definitely I'll have you in our family. Next is Michelle's mom, and she's the one who asked what's changed, and he told her that he loved her and all that stuff, and they're crying and emotional, and she really feels him. She says she feels his feelings, and she thinks he'll do anything for Michelle, and he reminds her a lot of Michelle's dad, and she just wants Michelle to have that. And he's like, I really, really want to be a part of your family. I really want to marry her, be in her life. And the mom's like, I really want that for you too, if she'll have you and all that stuff. Pretty much a good day. He didn't get the one-on-one with the sister, so I was like, maybe it was nothing there. Next up is Nate. He also has a gift, which we didn't see what his gift was to the dad. He also has a bouquet of flowers. So I'm like, okay, maybe they just told him that this is what you do. So they both had that. He does have a one-on-one though, sit down with the sister. Now I will say the vibes I got from Nate is that Nate is very, very, very nervous, and he says as much, but this is his first time ever meeting her parents. And as we all know, this is his first time being in love, introducing anybody to his parents. So I just think this is a bunch of firsts for him. And so where Brandon may not have met her parents before, which he did, but I'm sure he's met other women's or girlfriends or, people he was dating's parents in the past. And so he knows that, how you are with people's parents. He has that down. Nate, however, does not for someone he's romantically involved with. And so I think that I guess they did find that out, but maybe if that was explained initially, vibes would have been different. So of course they said they didn't get as much of a warm vibe from him as they did from Brandon. He was very nervous. He was like stumbling over his words a little bit when they asked him like, well, what is it about Michelle? He does express, that this is his first time. So they have a lot of firsts together. First time, telling someone he loves them and falling in love, and he takes it very seriously and all this stuff. The dad pulls Nate aside and he wants to talk to him about, hey, what about moving to Minnesota? He's like, well, we haven't really discussed that. If I'll move, if she'll move. But, he told Brandon, like, Michelle don't want to move. And she kept saying she wants to live on Lake Minnetonka. That's why I was like, Joe is perfect. He don't even got to move. Y'all could just start life. So yeah, Nate was basically like, we haven't decided, we haven't talked about it. So that is kind of giving red flags, because it's like, why haven't you guys talked about it? He does talk to the sister about it. She has the same kind of questions, and she's like, so have y'all decided like where you're gonna move? I mean, this is something big. If you're going to get on one knee at the end of this, then that is something you guys should have probably discussed. And he's like, yeah, well, we should have, we really haven't yet, but we're just all about adventure. Everything has been an adventure for us. And this is like, yeah, adventure is cool and all, but life isn't always an adventure. What happens when the adventure is over, or when there's, you can't go on an adventure? And he just really has no answers. When he's talking to the dad and the mom and the sister, they all feel like he has really vague answers, but I just feel like he's overwhelming. He's very nervous, and I feel like it was more so his nerves than his actual feelings. And he tells the mom, like, I really do love Michelle. I would 100% get down on one knee. The mom is honest, like, I don't really think you mean that. Like, I hear you saying this and how you feel, but I'm not feeling it from you like she was feeling it from Brandon. So I'm like, oh my goodness. So of course they do let Michelle know this. The sister was basically like, the adventures are the distractions. She told him that and all that stuff. So they tell Michelle, but we all know Michelle has liked Nate from day one. Like, before I got to hear about her and Joe's little almost meet cute, I was like, Nate. When he got out, went out the car, I was like, okay, look, Chris Brown. Well, big Chris Brown, because I think he's 6'8". 6'8", guys. Who doesn't like an attractive man who is 6'8", especially when you're a taller woman? I don't got that problem. I'm short, but I still like a 6-foot guy. Let's be honest, right? Anyway, he's 6'8". He's attractive, highly attractive, intelligent. Like, of course Michelle likes him. He got her first impression rose, first date roses. Like, she was checking for him, he was checking for her. They had fun. They run away together. They have little sneak moments, little small moments. We all knew she liked him. So just because our parents are telling her this, we still know she likes him. But it does give her pause. She doesn't want to end up with a guy. And that's what the mom told him. Like, I don't want her to end up with somebody who doesn't ultimately choose her, who doesn't pick her, who, she isn't their first priority. And so she thinks that same way. So then they go on their one-on-one dates with Michelle. Brandon is up first again. They have a really good time. He's pouring his heart out to her. Also, again, letting her know that I like you. I want you to be, I love you. I want you to be happy ultimately. So if it's not me, even in the end, I'm here for you. I'm going to route for you, whatever. Which is what he told her the night she picked him over Joe. And she's into it. They are having a good time. She does tell him, you know, I am in love with you. I am in love with you. I don't have to, you know, tell you that I'm falling anymore because I actually am in love with you. They have a really good time. And I'm in my heart of hearts like, she gonna pick Brandon when this is all said and done. And they gonna be a little heartbroken maybe. I don't know. He does say that he will be heartbroken. He does have a gift for her. Okay, so he took her to the bedroom and he said it is something from their fantasy suite. So basically, apparently in their fantasy suite, he had on this white hoodie, and I guess they spilled coffee and tea all over it some kind of way. And so it's clean. He brings it to her, but he says it has like stains. It's been through some things with us. It's my favorite hoodie of all time. She just really loved that thought. And then, you know, they don't have overnights, but they do just have this little moment. He leaves. Next day is Nate's day. They have their one-on-one date. She says she appreciates him being vulnerable. He's nervous. They're nervous. They talk about it. Like, would you propose? All this kind of stuff. They basically get to the bottom of everything that they need to get to. He says, you know, that he is in love with her. And it's just so easy with him. And he had told her parents that too, I believe, that he tries not to think about the other guys. Because they say, well, what if she doesn't pick you? He's like, I try not to do that. And they're like, well, you know, if it's something real, then you feel... Because Brandon was like, I would be so hurt if this happened. So I think all that was giving them red flags. But Nate hasn't done this before. So I think we're not giving him the grace we could give him. Anyway, the next morning she wakes up and she's like, I am in love with two guys. This is crazy. This is going to hurt somebody either way. Me and the other person. And we've seen it here before. They always in love with more than one person. So Nate is excited. He meets with Neil Lane to get a ring. So does Brandon. Brandon is first up and out the limo. I'm like, oh, this is never a good sign, guys. This is never a good sign. However, I have seen some episodes where they actually do get proposed to or engaged, and then that person they haven't done this in a lot of years, but that person will go off somewhere and then the other person comes up and then they break up with them. But typically when you come first, you probably not the one. So Brandon comes, he pours his heart out to her. She's just sitting there stone faced because they can't give any expressions. She tells him, when I told you those feelings that I have for you, those were 100% true. I didn't know this would ever happen, but when you are open and vulnerable from the start, you can fall in love with multiple people. So she's like, I love you, but I'm like, oh, she hit him with the butt. She hits him with the butt and it's silence because he already know, oh, it's not me. You could tell he's like heartbroken. You could tell she's heartbroken. She gets it all out. They cry. She walks him to his vehicle. He's crying. He's so sad. My heart breaks for Brandon. I love Brandon too. Although I wanted Joe to win, I never said I didn't love Brandon. I love him. Hope he finds love. I would have picked him to be the Bachelor over Clayton, but what are you going to do? They already picked Clayton well before the season aired. And I'm like, maybe that's why they didn't give us a good edit for him, because they knew we already knew he was the next Bachelor and he wasn't going to go nowhere. So we didn't really see much of Clayton. So I guess we'll see him on his season. Anyway, Clayton was a good guy too, but I would have been like, okay, Brandon, runner up, you're the next Bachelor. It is what it is. Okay, next up, Nate comes. He spills his heart out to her. And then it's her turn. She spills her heart out to him. I do appreciate that she didn't let Brandon propose, because we already know he was going to. Sometimes they let them like almost get on a knee and then they pull him up and be like, no, 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 no. So I'm like, I'm glad they didn't do that. So anyway, Nate, she spills her heart out to him. He's so excited because she said, I just wanted my soulmate. And he's standing in front of me. He's like, wait, what? Like, it registers. It was so cute when he registered that, oh, she picked me. It is me, right? He gets down on one knee. He proposes to Michelle. They're engaged. So all the naysayers, first of all, when he got out that limo, I knew he was the person. Like, this whole time, it was always Nate. It was always Nate. It was always Nate. I think it was Nate and Joe. I think Brandon did slide in there because he was like a best friend to her. And he was just so vulnerable and open with his feelings that, you know, he slid in there. But it was always Nate. I'm not shocked. Are you guys shocked? Listen, I'm not shocked. Let me know in the comments below. What do y'all think? Did y'all already see Michelle and Nate for the win? I don't know. So anyway, after the final rose comes, Brandon comes out. They talk to him because remember, he never got a chance to talk to anybody. I don't know where Joe is. He misses after the final rose. Normally they bring out the last couple of guys that were eliminated who didn't. I mean, he missed the men tell all because he was still in the running. So normally they bring out the last two guys, but he didn't come out. So I don't know what that was all about. But Brandon does come out. He relives it. He says his family was a support system. He had a heart-to-heart with his dad when he picked him up from the airport. And, you know, he still wants them to be happy. Michelle comes out, gives him this really good hug. You can tell she really cares for him. She lets him know that she does care for him. And he basically says, you know, I just want you to talk. I don't want to say anything. I just want to see what your thoughts were, because I did think it was me. You did tell me you loved me, all that stuff. And she basically just said, you know, being open and vulnerable, you do find out that you can love more than one person. And, you know, they ended on a good term. It wasn't anything bad. Then Nate comes out. So the happy couple are still together. They're engaged. They're talking about moving. Then Caitlyn gives them a down payment for their first house. I said, when they start doing this, I ain't seen no other Bachelorette contestants get a down payment for their house, but I'm not hating. Go ahead. I think they are moving to Minnesota, actually. I can't recall because I didn't hear all that. Y'all let me know in the comments. Are they moving to Minnesota? Let me know. Their parents are best friends now. They already said they were sitting out there in the audience. His parents and her parents. They're very friendly. And I'm sure over the time that the show has been airing and all this stuff, her parents have gotten to know him more. Because when I say the only time I've never seen Nate confident is when he was meeting her parents. He was nervous. This was his first time doing that. Nate has always been confident, super confident in front of her friends, in front of the other guys, in front of her. And I just really think that that was just uncharted territory. So I do think he believes it. He does love her. He said it and he means it. I hope they can stay together. It would be an awesome love story. They make an amazing, good-looking couple, right? Right. So yes, I heard that he was an actor. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's just going to boost both of their popularity. Maybe she'll be a principal. Maybe she won't. Rachel was a lawyer, attorney, the first African-American Bachelorette, and she's now hosting E! News and things like that, entertainment and all these other things that have doors have opened for her. Same with Tayshia. Tayshia was a phlebotomist when she was on Colton season, and now she's freaking hosting The Bachelorette, and she has so many other host gigs and all this other stuff. She's an influencer. And so if Michelle wants that and it meshes with Nate's wanting to act and whatever else, they can do that together. I love it. Hey guys, I loved everything about this season. I love Michelle Young's fashion. I loved her connections. I think her top four were true top four. She was feeling Rodney, Joe, Brandon, and Nate. Although I think from the very beginning she knew it was Nate. Like, she could be in love with all these other guys, but it was always Nate. She calls him her soul Nate. That's what she calls him. I've seen their posts since it's been announced that they are together. And so they're really cute, and I love to see their journey and follow them along the way. Let me know what you guys thought about this season, and let me know if y'all are interested to see Clayton's season. I'm gonna watch, but I don't know how excited I am about it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for going along with me on this journey of The Bachelorette, honey, because it was a doozy and I loved every minute of it. This is why I watched the show for Michelle Young season. Katie's season, bleh, they're already not together. Tayshia's season, which was half of Claire's season, none of them people are together. I'm hoping that Nate and Michelle make it for the long haul. So thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share my videos, share the knowledge, share the wealth. We're still in Vlogmas, so definitely catch up on all of the Vlogmas before now. And these last few days, I am shooting this on the 22nd of December, so you guys will be getting this, Ready to Love, and my Vlogmas travel home, as well as some more stuff. So until next time, see ya.